Welcome to today's Explainer. We're looking at a fascinating and honestly life-saving topic. We are talking about your body, specifically men's urological health. Think about it. How do you treat the vehicle sitting in your driveway right now? You probably have a strict maintenance schedule for it, right? You get the oil changed, you rotate the tires, you listen closely for weird noises under the hood. Well, our goal today is to apply that exact same proactive maintenance-first mindset to our own urological health. We're going to break down the ultimate urological checklist, helping you navigate your health from your early 20s all the way to your 70s and beyond. So let's just dive right in. It's a genuine question that the medical community wrestles with constantly. Why do we treat our cars better than our bodies? The source material points out this staggering behavioral trend. Most men are way better at scheduling regular oil changes than they are at scheduling regular health checks for themselves. If the car starts making a rattling sound, bam, it's in the shop the next day. But if a man's body starts showing early warning signs of a chronic issue, well, the default response is usually just to tough it out or hope it kind of goes away on its own. But when it comes to urological health, that delay can be absolutely devastating.
And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's at stake. Look at this quote from Dr. Stephen Schickman. He's the director of the Tallwood Urology and Kidney Institute, and this really puts things into perspective. Men are 25 to 35% more likely to die from problems related to chronic diseases simply because they don't seek preventative care like women do. We're talking about chronic conditions like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and prostate cancer. These are diseases that, if detected early, can often be treated so effectively. By skipping routine checkups, those highly treatable, low-mileage issues literally turn into deadly ones.
So here is the timeline for our explainer today. First, ages 18 to 39, building the foundation. Second, ages 40 to 49, the high-risk baseline. Third, ages 50 to 69, the critical zone. Fourth, age 70 and beyond, personalized maintenance. And finally, number 5, universal urological red flags. You see, preventative care evolves continuously across the decades. What you do in your 20s totally sets the stage for your 50s. It's a progressive journey, right? And understanding exactly what to look for at each specific stage is the absolute key to catching things early. Let's start with ages 18 to 39, building the foundation. There's this dangerous stigma out there that urological health is only for older men, but in your younger years, the whole focus is on establishing a healthy baseline, so your doctor actually knows what normal looks like for you. You should be visiting your primary care doc every 2 years to check your BMI and blood pressure. You also want to get a urinalysis every 2 years to screen for abnormalities that might signal other underlying diseases. And hey, if you're sexually active, this is the time to openly discuss STD screenings with your physician. But perhaps the most absolutely crucial foundational habit to build right now, the monthly testicular self-exam. You need to be checking for any unusual lumps or changes. Now, you might be wondering, why is that monthly check so critical? Well, it's because of this age range right here, 15 to 40. According to the data, this is actually the highest risk window for testicular cancer. It is the most common cancer in young men. Now, I definitely don't want to cause panic because the sources are also super clear on the good news here. Testicular cancer is highly, highly curable, but that curability depends heavily on catching it in its early stages. Moving on to ages 40 to 49, the high-risk baseline. As you enter your 40s, the maintenance manual kind of shifts gears. It moves toward targeted risk assessment that's heavily based on your specific genetic background and family history. So we see 2 distinct paths here. For the standard baseline, metabolic health takes center stage. You want to start checking your fasting blood sugar or hemoglobin A1C every 3 years to screen for diabetes, and potentially schedule a colonoscopy depending on your family history. But for the high-risk baseline, if you have a strong family history of prostate cancer or if you're of African American descent, you need to begin discussing the PSA, the prostate-specific antigen blood test, with your doctor between ages 40 and 45. And here's exactly why early PSA screening is so incredibly vital for that demographic. African American men are 2.1 times more likely to die from prostate cancer compared to white men. They're 1.8 times more likely to be diagnosed, and they're often diagnosed at younger ages. Despite this massively increased risk, they are historically screened at lower rates. The American Urological Association guidelines stress that closing this gap with early, proactive screening starting at age 40 can literally save lives. I want to take a quick second to step out of the data here. If you're finding this health timeline helpful, please take a moment to engage with this explainer. Hit the like button, and honestly, more importantly, share this with a brother, a father, a friend, any man in your life who might need a little push to get his checklist up to date. Oh, and drop any questions you have in the comments so we can cover them in future analyses. Okay, next up.
Ages 50 to 69, the critical zone. This is the era where those high-mileage issues really begin to emerge, and your doctor visits, they need to happen annually now. Blood pressure checks, urinalyses, full physical exams, you've got to make them a yearly habit. Now, one of the most common issues you'll hear about in this zone is BPH, or benign prostatic hyperplasia. Simply put, this is an enlarged prostate. As the prostate grows, it presses against the urethra, which can severely disrupt your lower urinary tract. I really want to emphasize the word benign here. Our sources stress that BPH is not cancer, and it doesn't lead to cancer. But just because it isn't cancer doesn't mean you should ignore it. It can drastically impact your daily quality of life, and it absolutely requires a medical evaluation.
So how do doctors actually measure the impact of an enlarged prostate? They often use this, the AUA Symptom Score Index. If you start noticing symptoms like nocturia, which is basically waking up multiple times at night to pee, or maybe a weak, interrupted urine stream, or even feeling like your bladder is never quite fully empty, these are all early signs that the prostate is under stress. Your urologist will use this index to rate your symptoms from mild to severe, and then they'll decide on the best course of action.
Beyond BPH, this critical zone is also the primary window for standard prostate cancer screening. The AUA guidelines highly recommend shared decision-making regarding the PSA blood test starting at age 55, typically administered every 2 years. This is also the time when an annual digital rectal exam, or DRE, becomes pretty standard. It allows your doctor to physically feel for any lumps or hard spots on the prostate gland. Let's look at age 70 and beyond. Personalized maintenance. When a man reaches his 70s, the whole overarching medical strategy actually pivots. It moves away from aggressive, widespread screening and shifts toward a highly personalized assessment focused heavily on maintaining mobility, bone health, and overall quality of life. And this brings us to a recommendation that surprises a lot of people. Routine PSA screening is generally not recommended for men over 70. Why is that? Well, because many prostate cancers are very slow growing. If a patient doesn't have a 10 to 15-year life expectancy, the anxiety and the potential side effects of treating a slow-growing cancer often outweigh the benefits. It's what the medical community calls avoiding overtreatment. Instead, you just maintain the basics: annual physicals, blood pressure checks, and discussing bone mineral density scans to assess for osteoporosis. Finally, let's cover universal urological red flags. Everything we've talked about so far has been tied to a specific age bracket. But listen, regardless of your age, if you experience any of these universal symptoms, you need to see a urologist immediately. We're talking about blood in your urine or semen, a total inability to urinate, severe unexplained pain in the lower abdomen, burning during urination, or persistent pelvic pain. As one of our source doctors noted, these might not always be life-threatening emergencies, but they are absolute red flags. Toughing it out is simply not a viable strategy here. Oh, and as a quick preventative note, to avoid super painful issues like kidney stones, which can cause that severe abdominal pain, the research suggests 3 daily habits. First, stay hydrated by drinking 10 to 12 glasses of fluid daily. Second, limit your sodium intake to under 2,000 milligrams. And third, limit animal proteins, beef, poultry, or fish, to about 6 to 8 ounces a day. We know for a fact that proactive care works and that early detection saves lives. So ask yourself, what's stopping you from giving your own body the exact same respect, care, and attention that you give to the machine sitting in your driveway? Don't wait for your body's check engine light to come on. Establish your baseline today. Speak to your doctor. Stay healthy, gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining us for this explainer.